from a lane, and I think for all of us, you are not new. You have been in many occasions and joined us, and we would like to welcome you on this occasion also. And also we have from the Central Tibetan Administration, Member of Parliament, Chidi Songrinzala, and we have also the monks and nuns here, and also other community serving members. And also we have friends here, Linda and Michael joining us today. And then we have also others who have been here, and I would like to welcome everyone here on this occasion. And next we're going to have our Tibetan President Ngawan Chimila giving welcome speech, introduction to the program.
Tirindiga Chikujabe, Madi Toso to me down, and the Chiji Gondro number, Jamne Gidu, Soma number down, Chidus away, Total Suba, the Junior Suba, and the Lotu number, Gigan number, Mema Samalola, Gay Tiringi Tujin, they would the David and somebody touched the issue. You all again, under the Tiring Zego. Did the Tumbe Tone Primitive Kashagi, Kutu Tenjuka Juche, Tasane Susolia, Lodarish Tagana, Dosinian Dushu Cheche, Kojapi or Chazange, Dosman Yedushu, Yedushu at the Tari, Sumtriti, Jewish Midu, Chazange, Chusilmange, Doshion Shucho, Chishui. Chino was Jango Chembochola, the wish it is in that in the long Sunjuko to read it, what Okasha Sunshe. Tiring comes to Chuji Devo, Yede Yondo Jingada, Zali Shidi Devo, Pumi Gunjab Lana Mave, Uti, Chino Consa Jawa, Kundi Chushiva Chimbachola, Zalina Chinyenda Cheve, Novi Cheves, Singapune, Milusunjukuve, Tuzi Kiava, Changi Codere, Combo Leming Kunjing will end to be Chabadani, Penzu Tundi Tana, Jontasu, Kashi Nimiji Kuzita, Iran, Ngaju Sugar, Lando, the native. Shendip to be Turu than Yishi Nangayu. Teshe Kobokangi Yejina draw me top down, Kuyugan Nedon Sodan Zata Chijun Chiyila Maduva, Tuta to Pensunime Ulo, Zavina Chinila Chev, Novi Shives in the Pushi Zayujin, Tean Novi Shidis in the Nenzoji, Simi Shivelam, Native Zeva Mase. Pumetumo Maime Chu the Rishon Sunjuk Chidu. General Position watching Choke, Zabi Shidip, to your Hasan Namda, two. Kosachola, the wish of in the Bushi, they purged their own Tola, Yajina Kodo, the Tona, Gabjo Chichis on you. Susi Shushi you. On your poke and Jenny Tube, Zabin Yudu Mangona, on the to draw me, Tolan Deshi, such a ton that don't she be young of Neda or the Nemu. Zabina Rawan, Ki, say, Mashuji, even in my silver you. How about the Kona, Sunju Pay, Fusi Pinjin? Country Chujiboki, the Chuji, Macho, Konu, Jana. Did the church Layanga, Shia Mixeke, Medukasha Sundina, Yoshi Sunche, Takosaja, which in Choki, Medutujun, Lolaya, Kule Jumba Ditone, Tangaran, Zinjo, Samolo, Tango Kondush. Suma Nashi Cheche, Moshimba, Tango, Satanam, Mato Mevet, Zadabalayata, Zinju permitted to Lobdata Shija, Kade Yumetang around Samolo, Chancellor, how do you around the round? Shijilongo Yozo Chidongo Koni, and so to Tata Palayata. Consijango Chamucho, Tuju Konala Dene, Tangaranzo, Tantapalaya, Haleve, Susu Benjo Neda in Deri, Puzo Lojo Neda in Deri, Yabushira Chayori, that's the Sonza, Consijango Chamuchogi, Tujin did the Tibetone, Gudin Tempegone, Susugi, Tangaranzo Taridelaya, Yako Tishije. Mema Manguchi Pesha, Tujiche Shui, Kosacho Gadi, Jesu Tibetone, that's Susu Shudachi Danche, Susu Zuchi, 권서초의 깔롭디 로직나는 게 집에게 돈달라야 교수 가족이 당규이나 내가 가족이 지구이나 지도 속에 내고는 직접 돌아야 님주 가족이 지구이나 제제 수수 수다지 당제 다리 대야 미마 망고시라 페샤 도지체 수준이 딜레 망와 지도 속에 망원배 제림 돌아야 마야 망고페야기 안에지 보고 싶도 조성 대지 잡절해야 다 다리 그 뒤는데 현다 만나오지 여러선나 고소장고 좀 좋다 Nobel 신다 부지로 숨주 담아 따다 도시 집에 대별로 숨주 권내야 고소장고 좀 좋 공로 가져 임바 다들 되려야 고소장고 좀 좋 공로 가져 페이여봐 재산 하나 상물로겠다 고소초 군을 들고 휴지 페이여래 재산다 고소초고 송샤바 뒤돌아야 하나죠 남샤 준도 간두지도 남아도 난고야 돼 개체무지 가요 라요부터 내다 양내 난고야 돼 개체무치아버를 저기 요래다 수수 개체주 등 하나죠 김사 수수 나라야 슌지 보고도야 표백이 시야지 요지 소야지다 표백이 깨다 추어들 리슈 다 공시 상보디 민영 윤주도 같이 하나도 랭게 최슈지 차되어래 데레선 자단계 남주 다왕 하나 상물로 슈데 요래 남아서 배지 년조 차도 가버려 생것도 땅 하나도 라올롱벤 날레제 법난게 실루자지 메만나지 제제 거두 냥고 요 말에 하나도 랭게 조데 수수 투디제디 법아 장마야고시 소도야다 법아 야고시 소도야디 하나도 랭게리 제자들이 니리기 처에 나로래야 괜찮고야 인도데 시라카고 시라 말이 생것도 제상게 나머지 다리 대표발라 투지체 카메마 데 페도스 나가도 줄레도 더네 아주 구디체 나머지 비망고지 비도 아주 심나라야 지 참참래야 가버지 요구도 제상게 총왕 나로래야 아주 구디체 멤버베 세비나 아주 칸데 시라 시 모두네 심베 딜래야 아니야 심바 파무지 차용거래 그 주인이 손자 다리대야 망고시라 페샤 아니 마오발라야 무투제 지도 속에 레시 상물로라야 잡교 무투 나로치 타다발라야 산에 메마 망체와 지금 원하트네게 간두 지도게 잡교 나서 아니 투지체 쉐이 레장 아니 텔 하고 지기 잡교 나로 당간두 지도 속에 레시 치고 망고지 지르마 리슌 때네가 사원 요루치아 라소가 테마 이베던다 가샤 나로다 가르쳐오래 니도 니슈탄벤데 소네 권사장고 좀 보쳐라야 거리 진되게 로스공지 쉐야 인도는 내를 망고지도 차용고야 되는 재산 아니 몇만 선물로래야 겨도 투지치야 아니 이런 게 제고디 돌래야 아니 남아서 배워 투지 아니 로나로 지슈에 투지
Thank you, President Ngoj Mila. Next, di chudela nga zu da chidu 상월인들아 주원님이 망가 손실 깔로나이
베글란의 메로티 지나 공사 정글 좀 저기 구바 통로를 배쳐야 그자문의 표현에 그런데 미네소다 베르지딘 소베 고디와야 원체 란의 메로티 지나 공사 정글 좀 저야 아니 년다치에 점능 너베시데 생다 비셰제네 롱어 숨주컬베 투데 다 엔테리 도미 톱단이 뭐야 차대교를 뒤뒤 아니 디톨이야 집주장배 알아서 군주조 미네소다 저조 마데 저조 공매기 팀이 세네터 레인타 any senator prep 다나시 키 the cabinet 군디기데 알아서 단데 Asia Pacific is 페샤 the 메인베기 단다 군주 넘버 페샤 아니 미마 참모로 양에 배미마 지들 현속이 찹시제 선디 텍스레스 지슈에이 도당기 재미나 지도지 임베찬이야 다데리단다 디지 개발진 디토리아 단다 알아서 배미마 지들 현속이 송셰 조장 쇼고요 임비네 대 고리 소중의네 아니들이 디지디시 카부치기 도스체 간나 소디인디 아니 디지 튼든지나로야 아니 송지 단다 송셰 조장 쇼투야미도 디인디 녜응은이야 다 데네 간나버네 신기 하투도 지디디 진행需求 제시제 디슈에이 다단다 공동가란스 초전문에 니치 커서래 가샤기 송티 조장 남버레 엔 송티 나로리아다 가샤기 지커서래 단다 노베시데 생다다 제베토네 다나신키 에니치 커서래 조비 톱다니모다 제베토네 십시 타고 지커데요 디디가야 디간리아 소송문에 께답 쇼고메 임비네 고급디 균행 알아서 대샤라 지금 필리핀도 솔야 얘네도 숨징에 단다마 고급 균행에 쉬고 섬데요 당보델이야 에네직 다랭기 니모델이야 에네 나란주 청매기 에네직 가와케 고야 나란주 청매기 뽑아체 고야디 나솔이야 연애면에디 겨울무치래 엔 겨울무치리아 노베시 데신다 비시 제체 로숨주 콜루기요레 디윈두갈이야다 데베기 로투 주나로리아 겨울무치기 베무만기 체돌이야 콜레 가족균 유메디 당에셰 모고리 청매 킹그리 나란주 디게디 청마 직단다 차로로 유에디 차상 지 겨울무치기다 가리냐지리아 된 차데르 손상 뒤전 디톨이야 맞춘거네 레 엔하바도 뒤던나 복근도 맞추 청매 뭐네 겨울무치기 가린딘 나면 맞아버체자 디톨이야 샤베톤의 청매기 에너지 가르소래 개체슈디 동복 가르치고레스 라비나 겨울무치기 거란도 청말로리아 걸업나야 찍디 아니 배버지 배차는 거란도 배집에 짜던 톨이야 레바 체고그레 니보봉그레스 제 겨울무치기 걸업디 디리 디윈도갈이야 디 청매기 톨이야 샤체 에너지 뒤던 나복고도 디간이야 찰레나야디 라다나야디 백해중고레스ම්비요 다가나 신기 겨울무치기 가서 참말로야 다지 가와 가두 임비네 칼롭나베까비야 이는 거란소 배워지 임베차는 거란소기 배미기 오송적체디 할레베기 내가 전부 임베토야 칼롭남기요 인두 거란소 상매기 다지 축제 대배기 다사제 데레질이야 요르데 딘데야 유밀로 마데베기 거란소기 소소 배워 임베기 뽑았다 아니 지 배미리기 오말라야 쳐돌이야 아니 지가서오래 파마츠기 겐셰베 토안에 부두조 소정나 백갑이야 공부시에체 이런 거란츠기 지 칸투두 지 베베기 모송적체디 개청을 했음요 다가나 신기 겨울무치기다 칼롭레 엔예 단다 내된 숨네 숨바디 남균도네 겨울무치기다 거란츠 베베기 최더리 흉기 디게 디말라바 제고레스 제체 에네 칼롭낭기요레 디디디게디 엔톨 잠베 토안에 델리아 베리지딘 소베기 코디와야 서주기 라타 토기요레 디인두갈이야 파마츠기 겐셰베 토네 인선줄라탈이야 넘버 2기 아와조 타야레 엔학바도 김상 소소에 나로리아 아니 파마츠기 겐셰베 토네 아니 지 카르소레 소소 아와조리아 벽에 껴야디 할레베기 개청부리 땅가 가와치비네 게디 쇼데기요 다치 고급 마라나메시 고급 라젤 게디 쇼데기요 디인두갈이야 넘버 2기 몽bungo네 다치 게 단다디 게제 디게디 대가 단다세 심버레 임비네 소소응네 개청부지체当中呢，要我们这个土地上这些这强全部修的，顶上不修的，拉全部修的，那地里呀嘛就合作要么要给大家救的，因为呢是这个当呢，要我们这个我让处理呀，搞了那些问题，特别给早点讨论那个结果呀，特别给我马来呀的，那特别给人生送交结果呀，搞了这个的那么这个土里讲这，这个的我让出层面给你的给拉达这土也给人家当起的，对，那么就层面给人把都土里呀。샤로나 제제 네 부부슈에 되바 총송 아니 디다 제네 다 데레다 네 다치 몽부슈 모고체 엔데 군르나 바니 카셰지 페샤 코나 버솔이야 아니 인게 토닝에 다 카셰지 슈초고 제세지 슈에이 Honorable Senators Lane and Senator Pratt, Sia Her with Asia Pacific, distinguished guests, our monks and nuns, and everybody that's gathered here this evening. We're all gathered here to commemorate Human Rights Day, World Human Rights Day, and also to celebrate the 30th anniversary of conferment of the Nobel Peace Prize to our leader, His Holiness the Dalai Lama. On behalf of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile, I want to thank the two senators and our distinguished guests for making time for us here this evening. It's really appreciated. I am told to keep it short, so I'm not going to go too long. I already spoke a little bit in Tibetan here to my fellow Tibetans here. A few things for the senators and our distinguished guests here. As we celebrate Human Rights Day, World Human Rights Day today, we are fortunate to have the portrait of His Holiness the Dalai Lama here. In Tibet, under Chinese occupation, this is not possible. If you possess a picture of His Holiness, you are arrested, you are imprisoned, you are tortured, may be executed. That's the situation inside Tibet. The freedoms that we take for granted here in the free world are denied to the Tibetan people inside Tibet under Chinese occupation. And because of the ongoing occupation of Tibet and suppression of the Tibetan people by China, the situation inside Tibet is very dire. It's very serious currently in Tibet. Because of which over 150 Tibetans have self-immolated for the cause of Tibet. They are demanding the return of His Holiness the Dalai Lama to Tibet. They are demanding freedom in Tibet. So that's the situation in Tibet at the moment. And just to give you a recent example of what's going on in Tibet right now, we have Tibetan graduates in Tibet. If they are to seek employment in government positions, if they are to apply for any jobs within the government, they have to first denounce the Dalai Lama. And as a Tibetan, we can never ever do that. That's the last thing any Tibetan would do on this earth. We will never ever denounce His Holiness the Dalai Lama. His Holiness the Dalai Lama is everything for us. He is all we have. And we are fortunate to have his leadership and his wisdom, his compassion all these years. And we certainly hope that he will continue to live long for us and to work for the Tibetan people and also for all human beings on this planet. And then, taking this opportunity here, I have 3 requests for our 2 senators here. One, I would like to request the 2 senators to see if there is any way the 2 senators and your colleagues can hoist the Tibetan national flag at the state capitol on March 10th. March 10th being the Tibetan National Uprising Day. So if we are able to do that, this would be a way to show solidarity for the Tibetan people and the Tibetan struggle. So that would be one of my requests here. And then I would also like to request the 2 senators to explore forming a bipartisan Minnesota Congressional Friends of Tibet. That would be my second request. And the third request would be the 2 senators. As you can see, we have a vibrant community here. Because of maybe the weather and being a weekday, we do not have all the people that we expected. But we have a house full here, and we have several thousand Tibetans in the community here. And as you can see, this place is really small for us. So we're looking for a larger community center. So if the 2 senators can do anything to assist in getting a new community center, any assistance or any guidance as far as financing of the new community center would be greatly appreciated. So I would not take too long. Like I said, I'm told to keep it short. This is where I would end. And again, I want to thank the 2 senators and all the distinguished guests for making your time. It's greatly appreciated, and I continue to look forward to working with you guys. Thank you.
So next I would like to request Senator Carolyn Lane to address our community. I would like to say briefly in English, Senator Carolyn Lane is the Minnesota Democratic Former Labor Party, and she has been elected in 2016 as the state senator, and before that she has served for 10 years in the House of Representatives. And Senator Lane represents areas of Columbia Heights, Privilege, New Brighton, San Anthony, and a portion of Spring Lake. And also she's the assistant minority leader and also serves in the legislative board on the Council on Asian Pacific Minnesotans, among many other roles. Senator Lane, you can address the community.
It's good to see you all here today, and yes, you need a larger space.
Thank you.
We have been working on that, but it seems to have many bumps in the road. So I'm glad to be here today to honor the Dalai Lama and the Nobel Peace Prize. So His Holiness the Dalai Lama was given that Nobel Peace Prize in 1989 because of how he handled another country with far greater military might coming in and taking over his country of Tibet in 1959. He chose the nonviolent, compassionate, and peaceful approach on which his whole life is based. He chose to attempt reconciliation with a willingness to cooperate despite the brutal violations of Tibetan lives that have persisted now for over 70 years. He recommended the Tibetan country be turned into an ecologically stable and demilitarized zone as a buffer between major Asian countries. The Chinese government rejected this. He chose this path of nonviolence in spite of the calculated and systematic strategy to destroy Tibetan national and cultural identity. He chose this path in spite of the extreme suffering of the 6 million Tibetan people. He felt the Nobel Peace Prize confirmed the approach of nonviolence and compassion because violence only breeds more violence and suffering. The job is to end hate and suffering, not to inflict it on others. He believes in love and compassion and lives it in every part of his life. We honor both his life and the conferring of the Nobel Peace Prize. Today we also honor His Eminence Samdang Rinpoche on his 80th birthday. You'll have to forgive my messing up some of the Tibetan language I'm trying. He follows the same approach to compassion as His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and he has taken a huge part in preserving and promoting the 1,000-year-old Tibetan language and heritage and culture, doing what is needed to be done for the preservation of this across the globe because of the attempted destruction of it in the land of Tibet. So I have here a resolution that we have drafted up to honor His Eminence Samdang Rinpoche, and Senator Eric Pratt will come up and we'll read this together. So this is a Senate resolution recognizing the contributions of His Eminence Samdang Rinpoche to the preservation of Tibetan culture, language, and compassionate beliefs. Whereas the state of Minnesota welcomed its first Tibetan citizen in 1973, and since then the Tibetan population has grown into a strong community, maintaining its unbreakable connection with their honored culture and homeland of Tibet, while offering their compassionate and hardworking attitude to our great state and country. And
whereas His Eminence Professor Samdang Rinpoche was born in Jal in the Kham province of Tibet in 1939. At the age of 5, Professor Samdang Rinpoche was recognized as the reincarnation of the 4th Samdang Rinpoche, and in March 1959, following the footsteps of His Holiness, the 14th Dalai Lama, Professor Samdang Rinpoche took asylum in India.
And whereas Professor Samdang Rinpoche has led a life of an ordained celibate Buddhist monk, was formally educated in Tibetan language and Buddhist philosophy, received Geshe La Rampa, the highest Geshe degree of scholarship requiring more than 15 years of intensive study, as well as Geshe Nagrampa, the highest Buddhist Tantra degree, and is fluent in Hindi, Sanskrit, and English. And
whereas, having dedicated his life to following the advice of His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Professor Samdang Rinpoche has worked tirelessly to preserve and promote the 1,000-year-old rich Tibetan heritage, in particular that of the Tibetan language and Buddhist philosophy, with an unwavering faith in nonviolence, democracy, truth, transparency, and morality.
And whereas Professor Samdang Rinpoche has made contributions to the Tibetan diaspora extending from 1960 to today, that it left an indelible mark in every sphere, including education, culture, religion, administration, social life, and politics, with such achievements as having transformed the Central Institute of Higher Tibetan Studies in Sarnath, India, to the world-renowned accredited Central University of Tibetan Studies, drafted the Central Tibetan Administration Education Policy, was elected chair of the Assembly of People's Deputies, and was the first elected Kalan Tripa Prime Minister, and was instrumental in drafting the Constitution of the Central Tibetan Administration.
And whereas Professor Samdong Rinpoche has contributed to Indian society, Asian societies, Western societies, universities, and institutions in capacities such as Chancellor, Board Chair, President, Advisor, and Visiting Professor, has authored numerous books on wide-ranging subjects, regularly presents complex Buddhist teachings, and has visited the beautiful state of Minnesota on 3 occasions.
And now, therefore, be it resolved by the Senate of the State of Minnesota that it congratulates and honors His Eminence, Professor Samdong Rinpoche, on his 80th birthday, and on this auspicious occasion when the Minnesota Tibetan community is gathered to celebrate the conferment of the 1989 Nobel Peace Prize award to His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama.
And be it further resolved that the Secretary of State is directed to prepare an enrolled copy of this resolution to be authenticated by the Secretary of State's signature and that of the Chair of the Senate Rules and Administration Committee, and transmit to His Eminence Professor Samdong Rinpoche, signed Cal Ludeman, Secretary of the Senate, Paul E. Gazelka, Chair of the Senate Committee on Rules and Administration, Senator Lane, and myself. So thank you very much.
Can I request someone in Zala to present? We have a book of His Holiness the Dalai Lama and a scarf offering. I would like to also request Sia Her to come to the stage and we can offer a scarf. Thank you. A member of Republican Party of Minnesota and represents District 55, which covers Shakopee, Louisville, Prior Lake, Jordan, Jackson, Spring Lake, St. Craig, St. Lawrence, and he was first elected to Minnesota Senate in 2012 and re-elected in 2016, and serves as the Assistant Majority Leader and Legislative Board and Council of Asian Pacific Minnesotans, among many other lead roles. I would like now to thank Senator Fred for being here with us, and we look forward to having you in many years coming. Thank you.
Tashi Dalek. I hope I said that right. Thank you all for having me here today. It's a privilege to be here to celebrate World Human Rights Day and to celebrate the 80th birthday of the professor, and also to really commemorate the 30th anniversary of the Nobel Peace Prize being confirmed to the Dalai Lama. I was moved tonight by the words of Member of Parliament Ringzin, and thank you, Mr. President, tonight, that the freedoms that we so often take for granted are being denied to the Tibetan people. Those of us in the United States need to remember that we stand with you in your quest for freedom. And let me just say, I am so impressed, this is the only word I can think of right now, with the Dalai Lama's commitment to peace. History has shown that men of peace are well are well viewed in history, where those of men of violence are not. And when you have an oppressor like Communist China, men of peace will ultimately prevail. And so, thank you for having me here, the privilege to work with Senator Lane and Ms. Her on the resolution for the Senate, and to celebrate this very special occasion with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. And they pay the council in front of the state, they pay the name as well. Then this council, lega the day of Chigus, any Prasure Maransugi, the way you would council, they chido, and the Indus Maransu develop. And Zugi, Kambadi, Maransu, Tond is learning and to such a council, the Shire is from this so the engineer and the talking. Magashani, Franny, Queer, Chonsum, and the invisible Franny, Kuchishway. Thank you. Thank you.
Senator and something you want to join? Thank you.
Sunam Aji, Chambala, Sebe, Tinzi Pasan, Drama, Pema Dechin, Nogi Hamo, Chirin Digi, Tinzi, Habu, Tashi Chunzum, Kande, Kusan, Rinzikura, Dine Tinzi Somo, Dechin Wangmo, Tinzi Topie, Kushimushi Darama. Cirumla yachi kerodan tuche frangi imbush yerni dinasu tuche shui. This youth is on the Shenaka Zibishi school students performing.
Yeah.
It is for our community, and we would like to thank him. And I would like to request Senator Eric Pratt to present us to him. Fujichi, Akema. Thank you, Senator.
그래서 저번주 노벨 시대 생다시에 다시비 못이라 나랑서 계셔 누가고네 세나지 좀 이베 디직 세나구나 권종 면주 파유래 비자 농자 거기 괜찮래 강리 가고 면주 파유래 신계 가고 강리 괜찮래 야롱 장보 면주 장보래 야중 세믹 장보 괜찮래 회사 통지 면주 통지래 포장보다 회사 통 괜찮래 야와 던진 야중 면주 라마래 택진 최고 라메 괜찮래 범위 면주 전부 동주의 대파 탐직 범위 괜찮래
kind of